Is this thing on? Oh. Alrighty. Woofda. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm really excited to talk to you guys because I want to talk to you guys about not like about depression, but about coming out on the other side of depression or of a depressive season or just a sad season in general. The last like year to, I don't know, a year is 12 months. A year to 15 months or so has been, I would say, some of the most trying months of my life so far in this 31 years of life that I've been living. Yeah, it's just been a really trying time, and I feel like I'm finally starting to like pop out the other side of that like cloud that literally did feel like just a heavy, nasty cloud just looming over me for, sorry if you can hear that, I don't know what that is, but just, yeah, this nasty cloud looming over me for the last long while. And it's definitely not the first time that I've had, you know, an issue with depression. It's something that I have dealt with for nearly my entire life. I think it's hereditary. It's definitely something that my mother has also, you know, been working through her entire life as well. She's also doing great, so no worries there, thank goodness. But yeah, I'm no stranger to that, so I just wanted to kind of like chat with you guys about that a little bit more today. We are going to be doing some planty things though. While we do that, I've got a ton of plants I need to repot. Pretty much all of them are plants that have been struggling quite a bit because I was struggling quite a bit. Those two definitely go hand in hand. If I'm not feeling super great, my plants probably are also not feeling super great. I don't know if y'all have the same situation going on, but if you do or if you don't, I hope that you guys can get something out of this video. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on the floor so we can do some repotting here. I'm really risking the business repotting in this part of the house here on this shaggy, I'm like partly on the shaggy rug, partly just on the carpet, but I do have my potting mat, so I'm not just, you know, going full, you know, loose and crazy with this. We are attempting to stay somewhat clean. But yeah, quick side note about the shaggy rug. If you have animals, I was gonna say dogs, but any sort of animals, and you have a like high pile shaggy rug, just don't. Or if you like want to get one, just don't. Just don't. I knew in the back of my head this was not a good idea for us because there's just too much movement, like on this carpet or on this rug, because they just love to play on it, which is great. But now it just doesn't look very good. And it's only been like 4 or 5 months. So, little tip to you guys, just don't. Just get like a lower pile carpet or rug. Okay, anywho, I don't know how many plants we're going to get through today. I literally have so many plants to repot, but you know, we'll just repot until we're done chatting. But let me show you the soil that I got, because I do have different soil that I got, so I'm excited to try it and see what it looks like. But I'm gonna show you what it looks like, what the bag looks like. Oh my god, it's so big. This is it. Oh my god. It's humongous, but this is the Fox Farm Bush Doctor, right? Yeah, Bush Doctor, Coco Loco. So, Coco Coir potting mix. So hopefully it's good. I mean, honestly, the packaging is fun. That's not entirely why I bought it. The guy at, wow, I'm like out of breath just from grabbing this and carrying it 2 freaking feet. Good Lord. But the guy that works at the place where I get this, could I be a little bit more detailed? Good Lord. I go to Mountain Lion, I don't know, Mountain Lion Plant Supply, Mountain Lion something supply. I don't really know what they call that store, but it's Mountain Lion in Repot, Colorado. Highly recommend if you are in the like northern Colorado area and you need some like really good supplies and some really good knowledge regarding like pretty much anything about plants. I would say definitely check out Mountain Lion. Oh my goodness. It was my first time going there since moving back to Colorado, so it had been, you know, over a year since I've been back there, and the same dude who's working there I am terrible with names, so I definitely don't remember his name. So sorry, dude. But he's so, so sweet and just like full of information. Like, it is shocking the stuff that he keeps in that brain of his. Like, incredible. So yeah, I couldn't speak higher. What am I trying to say? I couldn't speak more highly about Mountain Lion. There we go. I've had way too much caffeine and not enough food today. Can you tell? This should be an interesting video. So let me switch up our angle here and get into it. Oh my God. Okay. Can you see me okay? Hopefully you can. A little much. And I found my trowel. I can't remember what it's called. A lot of winds today. That looks nice. Alrighty, so we've got our soil mixed up. Do you see what I'm talking about? About like this risky business with this shag rug and our soil concoction here. Cross your fingers for me. So let's just see here. First, I'm gonna show you, I guess, what we're working with. Basically, just like a bunch of really sad seedlings. But they have, I think most of them that didn't just like die are starting to push out some new growth here, which you'll see better in some other ones here. But let me show you what I mean by they could use a soil refresh. Do you see what I mean? There's like nothing in there. So much like root is exposed. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, if the light will cooperate with me, but you can see a whole lot of root in there, which I don't think is ideal. So we're gonna give these guys a refresh, give them more soil. In addition to the new soil, they'll get more than what they have now. And I think that'll be really good. So it's mostly those guys. And then I also have this little cutie patootie. This is my Philodendron giganteum. She's not very gigantic right now. She used to be. I don't know if y'all have been around for that long that you remember when this sucker was like unmanageably large and just like growing up like a freaking tree. We'll get back there. We'll get back there. I saw that like this morning or yesterday on like, you know how Facebook will do, you know, those like memories of like, this was a year ago or this was 2 years ago. It was one of those. And I was like, sad. But we'll get back there. We will get back there. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I have lost quite a few plants to this pesky depression thing that I've got going on. This brain, these chemicals in this brain don't always like to balance fully properly. So, you know, we're working with what we have. If you are wondering, you know, throughout the years, I would say mostly in like high school and stuff like that, I have tried many different antidepressants and SSRIs. Nothing really agreed with me. None of the levels or, you know, concoctions or whatever really agreed with me. And then I finally found some coping mechanisms that really have worked well for me, and I've also developed some new ones, honestly just pretty recently, that have really helped me mentally, physically, but mostly mentally and emotionally, which is really the only thing I could ask for at this point, is just to feel good in myself, also to feel good in my body, so that has that physical aspect that we will get to as well. But yeah, it's really nice. Sorry, I'm just realizing I need a bucket without holes in it to put the old soil into. So let me grab that real quick. Whoop. Alrighty, this guy has a saucer that's like pretty much stuck in there, so that'll be perfect. So we've got that guy. I'm gonna start just de-soiling some of these little guys here. Oh yeah, this guy has little tiny new leaf growing or something. Something is growing. So that's good. I'm just going to pull off some of this dead stuff here. some root rot happening. Oh, flicked myself with some of it. That's lovely and delicious. We'll get that out of here. I'm just gonna like plop them back in there. I'm just gonna get like a little assembly line going. Okay, so where to even start? My goodness. I guess, ooh, this one is not doing well. Surprised it has this leaf. It's got one sad little root. So we'll see if this one makes it. I'm gonna pot that very like shallow in the pot. Okay, but yeah, so depression, y'all, or really coping with depression, because I don't know. I guess I can start with a little bit about depression and kind of what that looks like for me personally nowadays. If I am not feeling great mentally, I am tired all the time. I have no energy to do anything. Everything makes me like sad or maybe like irritable. Definitely a lot of irritability. And just, well, my anxiety will get like way worse. My anxiety will be like absolutely through the freaking roof. I'm just an anxious human to begin with. But when I really start to have my, depression start really kicking, or I let it kind of like take hold, I am so anxious. Everything makes me anxious. I'm the type of person where I'm like always thinking way ahead. I'm an overthinker. I'm like a catastrophe thinker as well. Like I will go to like the worst case scenario and just like freaking let that fester in my brain for way too long and just like really worrying about things that I have no control over. And that doesn't do anybody any good, does it? It really doesn't. So yeah, just really not feeling good, feeling tired, just tired, unmotivated. No one likes to feel like that. It's not a good feeling. And just kind of feeling like stuck and bleh, and wanting to just like come home from work, do what I need to do with the dogs. Like we'll go for our walk. I'm gonna be miserable the whole time. Maybe that'll be my one happy time on the walk, and then just want to go lay in bed. Wherein like usually I'd want to be doing a bunch of different things, because when I'm in my normal state of feeling good, I like to fill my days with things. But I also realized that as I started to like try to climb out of my little depressive hole, that I was kind of using being busy as a way to not cope, if that makes sense. So first it was just like not having the ability to do anything. And then I started to really, what it was is I started to get more serious with my exercise. So that is like probably one of the first coping mechanisms, which is not, I think exercise is for everybody and every body, but like in any way that you enjoy. I definitely wouldn't say to like push yourself to do something that you just absolutely hate, because then, I mean, first off, you're not going to enjoy yourself, and who wants to do that? But you could also potentially injure yourself or something like that. So for me, I found exercise to be such a great way to get out some like anger, frustration, and sadness, and really get those happy endorphins going. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Does working out really truly get those happy endorphins going? It's honestly kind of shocking how I can go from feeling just like not super great going into the gym to once I'm leaving, or even like a little way into my workout and I get past that like, ugh, this sucks part, and just like feeling the burn, starting to sweat, and just like getting those endorphins going, I start to feel so good. And then I'm just walking around complimenting everybody, like just enjoying life, being able to like look up and enjoy the beauty that is around me, and like it's like a full 180 that can happen. It's kind of crazy. It's honestly kind of crazy, but it's also not, because it makes sense. And like, isn't that what everyone has been saying this whole time? Well, it's true. It definitely works for me. Like, I mean, geez Louise, just earlier this week, literally yesterday, I got off of work. I had to work the terrible shift of working like midnight to 8:30 or whatever, but I got in early, so I got a little early. I got in at like 11:30. And then when my boss came in, he came in like right as I was like about to leave. I was going to leave like an hour and a half early because I was done with all my stuff. And I was like, it's like 6:30 or 6 o'clock. It was 6 o'clock. And I was like, I think I'm going to go. I did not just expect to see him walking in the door at 6 o'clock because he never does. And I was like, hey, so listen, I think I'm going to go. And he was like, great, we need to cut hours. So I got off work yesterday at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I knew that I wanted to go to the gym yesterday because I had had a rest day the day prior. And for me, taking 2 rest days off in a row, it's so hard to go back for some reason. One is also kind of hard for me to get back into the groove, like just mentally, like my body just feels tired. Like I need to just keep consistently going, even if I'm not going to lift weights. Going and doing some cardio or something is really important for me. But yeah, I knew I wanted to go yesterday, and I knew that it was leg day yesterday. I have my routine and my order that I go in, and it was leg day. I knew it was time for legs. It is one of my favorite days. Really, all my gym days are my favorite, except for like bis and tris. That's my least favorite. It's just kind of boring for me. But anyway, I knew I wanted to do that, and I was like looking forward to it earlier in the day, like before work, right? And then, I got off of work and I was just like, shit. Oh, I am like tired. I took like a little nap, or no, I took the dogs for a walk first once I got home. They had breakfast and we went for a walk. And then I took a little nap. I took like, not very long, like a 45-minute nap, which was a little bit too long. It should have been like closer to 20 minutes, really, for me, realistically. And I did not want to go to the gym. I almost didn't go. But I got dressed. I got my cute little like gym outfit on that makes me feel good. And when I feel good going into the gym, I'm going to work out harder. Don't know what that's about, but it's just true. It is what it is. And, so if you're not feeling it, maybe get a cute little gym outfit and you might be more excited to go because you feel good and you're like, oh my God, look at me in my cute little outfit. Like, not to anyone else, but just like to yourself. You know what I mean? We don't dress cute for anyone else but ourselves. And like realistically for other chicks, like what feels better than like some other girl being like, oh my God, I love your outfit at the gym. Because it never happens. And when it does, it's like, ah! So, it's just fun. But yeah, I got my cute little gym outfit on. I drove to the gym, sat in the car for like 10-15 minutes, just kind of like melting my brain on like a YouTube video and like just kind of like mentally preparing. And I got in there, I warmed up for a little bit on the stairs for like 5-7 minutes, and I did my first exercise of deadlifts. And on like my second set, I want to say after my second set, I was like, okay, I'm glad I came today. I've never been upset about going to the gym, even if I do like a half-assed, not great workout. I'm never upset about it. And I knew that after I went to the gym, I needed to go to the store. I needed to go to Walmart and get something. Oh, Beyond Beef, needed to go there to get some of that. And I also wanted to like treat myself and just like look at plants, which I did as well. And like by the end of my workout, I was so sweaty and red in the face, and I felt so good, you guys. Oh my God, the happy endorphins are, it's just like, it's got to be what like a runner's high feels like. I will jog, but I don't run yet. I would love to one day. I can only assume it's what like a runner's high feels like, where you just have that great adrenaline going. You just feel so good. You feel so accomplished, and you want to like pass on that joy to like anyone else that's around you. And that's just how I felt for the rest of the day. And it's even like followed me through today. And I haven't gone to the gym yet, but I think I will after this. It'll be shoulders today, which is another one of my favorites. And yeah, it's something that, I've been working out for so many years now, pretty consistently. I mean, there have been some periods where I've taken time off and not gone or whatever, for like a few months or something. But I've been, you know, making sure that I stay consistent. And something that's really, really helped me stay consistent in the gym, which not only helps me physically, but obviously mentally, is using an app on my phone. I just use a free one. I think it's like the Strong app or something. I just use their free version and I love it. I absolutely love it. You can set up your workouts, you can track your workouts. One of my favorite things about it, though, other than what I just said, is being able to use or to go back and like look at your workout history. You can look at it like in a line format, like a list format, or you can look at it or you can look at it in calendar format, and it'll like have the days like highlighted so that you can really see how you've been tracking for the weeks prior. You know, I like to make sure I go 5 days a week at least, and I could see the last like 2 months or so I had gone 5 to 6 days a week and was just like, okay, you really have been doing the darn thing. And that's just been really, really fantastic for me. So yeah, I can't speak highly enough about it. Both of my parents have started exercising more regularly as well, and they have both started noticing very similar things, you know, mentally and obviously seeing some good results physically as well, which is great. But yeah, I love it. So move your body in whatever way feels good to you. Get out and move your body. Like, just do it. I swear it'll make you feel better. Just get outside for a little bit. If you don't live somewhere where you can like get outside, you know, whether it's weather permitting or you're just not in the best area and you can't go outside for safety, whatever it is, just get your body moving. It's free. It's free. You do not have to pay for a gym membership. I promise you. You can like literally go to a park somewhere. You can do little makeshift things in your house. There are so many things that you can do, and it's totally free. Or as expensive as you want it to be, I guess, if you want to go the other way. But yeah, just move your body. I promise. It feels good. And if we're privileged enough to be able to move our body in any way, we got to do it so that we can keep doing it. You know what I mean? Okay, so another thing that I do when I'm feeling like a little bit depressed and just like not great in the mind sphere that is the brain. What did I just say? Oh, you're picking up what I'm putting down. But another thing that I will personally do is I will just eat terribly. Absolutely terribly. So the last, 12, 13 months, I gained a solid like 20, 30 pounds. I gained quite a bit of weight back, and it's the most weight that I've gained back since losing so much weight to begin with, all those years ago after being so heavy for like my entire life pretty much. And that was a really terrifying thing for me, mentally and physically. Really mentally, it was just like really, really, really hard for me. I mean, so many factors. That I let myself kind of like slip back and go into those like old ways. And by old ways, I mean like binge eating. Never was a purger, a binge eater for sure. And I was starting to kind of like get back into those old bad habits of just like getting a big bag of chips and like eating the entire thing in like one sitting or something like that. And just like really eating until I was like in physical pain, and just felt terrible and wished I could throw up, but like just couldn't, and just felt so terrible. And it's just miserable, just really miserable. And then after that would come the shame and the guilt of doing that. And then after that, you would eventually see the physical results of treating your body so poorly. So that definitely happened. And, I recognized it as I was doing it, but just feeling so helpless and out of control of like my own actions. I don't know. Food addiction. I don't know that I can say that I have a food addiction, but it is definitely a thing that you can have and thing that people struggle with and have to deal with for, their entire lives essentially. And that is something that is so, 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 so difficult. I really have so much empathy for people who, I'm trying not to get emotional, but for people who really struggle with that. A term that my mom actually taught me recently is food noise. So if you struggle with something like that, meaning like you constantly have food on your mind, like what you're going to be having to eat next, when you're going to be eating next, what it's going to be, how much it's going to be. And then just like, that's just constantly in the back of your head. You know, if you struggle with that, I really do have so much empathy for you. I mean, anyone with addiction to anything, obviously, I have so much empathy for you because it is it is a disease. And, you know, food especially is really difficult because you can't go cold turkey on food. You got to eat. You got to eat to live. But you shouldn't just be eating to live, you know, because that's sad. But for a minute there, you kind of have to, at least for some people. For me, I did. I had to just like try to fully change my mindset for a little bit, which also didn't totally work for me because just fully changing your diet, at least for me, is not sustainable. It's really difficult. And then when you do slip back, again, that guilt will seep in. And then from the guilt could just come more of that bad or that negative action in your brain that, you know, makes you just feel like, well, we're already here. We may as well keep on keeping on with this shit train that we got rolling. And it's hard to jump off that poop train. So, you know, I really feel for people who struggle with that because, you know, you can't not go into a grocery store. I mean, I guess you can order food online, but even still, you still have to look at the food. You still have to control yourself with the food. And that's something that's, you know, I still struggle with to this day is the control aspect of it. And I work on constantly. Which brings me to one of the newer things that I've been doing for myself, to try and help me with that mentally and just like remind myself that like I'm worth treating my body well. And so are you. Just say no. So are you. You're also worth it. You're worth treating your body well. Yeah. It feels good to treat your body well too. I mean, it kind of sucks at first, I'm not going to lie, because your brain just wants like the sugar and the sweets or whatever you crave. That's what I crave. And then you realize how much sugar is really in everything. Like, I'm not a person that can or will. I mean, I could, I'm sure, but I won't cut sugar out fully. That just sounds like not a fun existence to me. If you do that and you love it, freaking props to you. Amazing. I truly don't believe that like any one diet is for any person. You know what I mean? We're all different. And we all like what we like, and that's totally okay. But I love sweets. And so for a while I was trying to like oh no, hold on. Before I jump there, I was going to say what I've been doing to like help myself as far as like moderation goes. And this might sound silly and stupid, and it might be, but it has actually been something that's been helpful. And I didn't really think it was going to when I like initially did this. I'm almost kind of embarrassed to tell you because it feels so like silly, but it's not. And if it's something that helps you, do it. And it helped me, so I'm gonna share. I have been putting like, it feels so cringy to even say, I've been putting like positive affirmations on sticky notes and putting them around my place. Like mostly putting them on my bathroom mirror and on my refrigerator. So I have one like on my refrigerator that I just wrote like moderation largely on, so that when I go to the fridge or I go to look in there or something, I see that, and even if I don't like consciously read it, I'm still seeing it and it's still getting in there. And I swear to you, that has been helping. It sounds and feels silly, but and that's not even necessarily a positive affirmation. That's just like a word. Just moderation. Moderation. You can have whatever you want. Moderation, which we will circle back to that point as well. But another one that I have is, what does it say? Oh, it just says, you can do this. And then like on my bathroom mirror, I had one that said, what did it say? If you like the way you look now, think of how much you're going to like the way you look when you're like 15 pounds down. Because that was like a goal number that I had in my head, was like, okay, I'd like to get 15 pounds down, which now that I say it out loud is silly because I don't like to weigh myself. I don't have a scale in my house. I do not want to own a scale. I have no interest. I do not like weighing myself unless I'm at the doctor. Cool, great, I'll do that. But I really just want to feel good again. I wanted to like fit into my clothes in a way that felt good again, you know? And that has slowly started to happen, you guys. Like, holy Toledo. I don't know how much weight I've actually lost, but I can for sure feel a difference. I had like an old pair of shorts. That was really loud. An old pair of like jean shorts that, I wore like a couple years ago when I was like feeling pretty, you know, fit and good. And they were like, you know, a little bit loose on me then. And I put them on and they're not loose right now. Don't get me wrong. But I couldn't even get them like up my thighs before when I tried them on like 6, 8 months ago. And now I can fully get them on. They're a little snug around my thighs still, but they're like wearable. Now I do feel they're a little short. I'm kind of surprised that I wore those because they are quite short. Like I would not wear them now. But yeah, they fit again, which is just so cool. But yeah, I don't know, just those little like wins. My mom calls them. What does she call them? Non-scale wins, which those are all of my wins because like I said, I don't like to weigh myself, but yeah. So another thing I'm going to circle back to what I said a little bit earlier is you know, moderation. I love sweets. I love sweets. I'm a sweets girl. I love a chip. I love a crunch. I love some saltiness. I love it all. It's a problem. But it's not a problem. It's great. It's great. I love to love a lot of things. And I've just really learned that moderation is very difficult for me. So it's something that I am like, oh God, I'm so itchy right now, sorry. It's something that I am actively working on is moderation. And I was gonna throw this away. That was that little sad guy. But yeah, so moderation is really difficult for me. So I've recently, why has it taken me so many years to figure this out? I don't know. I probably just didn't want to figure it out before. But I've learned recently that like, yes, I'm gonna have treats, which I've always known this. I'm gonna have my treats. My moderation has never been great, even when I was like at like my fittest. It's never been great. So that's something I'm really trying to work on. And a thing that I have found that really helps me work on that is buying smaller quantities of a treat. So even if it's a better deal, because my silly brain would be like, you know, I'm trying to rationalize my poor decision making and be like, okay, well, it's like on sale right now for the pack of 10 of this, you know, whatever treat that I want. But, you know, the single is obviously cheaper than a pack of 10, but it, like, if you look at it per count, it's a better deal to get the pack of 10 per the item count, you know what I mean? Instead of, you know, $1 per item, it breaks down to 75 cents per piece or something, you know, some bullshit like that. And it's like, no. What was I saying? I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. We overheated. It's hot in here. But yeah, so I wouldn't be able to make that 10 pack last me a week. I would be lucky if I could make that thing last 3 days. Like that would literally be impressive. I'm talking like something like, I don't know, like a fruit by the foot or something like that. Like I just can't buy them. But what I can buy is something in a smaller container. For example, I said I love chips, which I do. I love a chip. I love a crunch. I love a chip. But if I buy a big bag, I'm not going to be able to make that sucker last. I just know that about myself for right now. So, because I still want to be able to have them, I will buy the small bag that's at the register instead of the large bag. Yeah, it might be like fiscally more, you know, advantageous to buy the larger bag, but that's not what I'm worried about right now. Although I do want to save money, and I am saving money in other ways, that is not going to be it. So if I want some chips, thank you. I will just I'll buy the small bag that's at the register, and somehow I can manage to make that little bag last me sometimes longer than I would have been able to make the large bag last me. Like, riddle me that. That makes no sense. Hi. What do you think? Mooney says the same thing. She doesn't have very good moderation either, but mostly it's your brother, huh? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to tell them about your visit to the vet? She saw a vet the other week, or just earlier this week, because they found a lump on her, and I was so scared. But it's just a little fatty nodule, because she's getting a little old. Except for, no, you're not. You're still a young, spry little baby, aren't you? Yes, you are. I love you so much. Yes, but the doctor was, I'm sorry, jealous. Did you hear him? Oh my god, he's so cute. But the vet said that she's very, very healthy. She's the perfect weight, has a great coat, and very clean teeth. Somehow. So yay! You want to come here for loves? It's your turn, my jealous boy. My jealous boy. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you too. Wow, we're all so jelly. I love you. Yes, I love you so much. I love you so much. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, my little jealous boy. Oh my goodness. These guys are another thing that have really helped me through my depression. I mean, they just get me out of the house. They give me loves. Like, what else is better than this? Are you kidding? You're feeling a little anxious? Just sit on the floor with these guys. It's so much better. Oh my gosh. Huh. And they somehow just get sweeter every day. Don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that's possible. Do I know? I have no idea. I have no idea. Yep. And somehow, like, buying and feeding them TREATs gives me almost like that same satisfaction of giving myself a TREAT. You know what I'm saying? They just had one. That's why I'm spelling it. Because they don't eat another one before dinner. Okay. Are you feeling frisky? You trying to frisk your sister? You're so sweet. Okay, no frisking right now because we're planting. But yeah, all right. Let me get some more plants going here while I decide where I want to go next with this. I didn't plan anything out really to talk about with, like, you know, regarding any of these topics today or this main overlaying topic. I just wanted to kind of, you know, flow with you guys in a way that felt most natural to me. And reading off bullet points doesn't always feel so natural to me. So I just wanted to, like, really chat with you guys. So that's what we're doing. I hope that's okay. I know I'm usually a little all over the place, but that's just kind of how this brain works. But yeah, let's get these guys going here. I'm going to de-soil them. This one has a little cutie new leaf, though. Oh my god, it's beautiful. You're gorgeous. This one's also got a cutie new leaf. Ooh, look at you. So precious. Some of these guys have some really good roots, so I'm really excited to actually be getting some new growth here on these guys. For a while, all of these little seedlings were so beefy, and they all looked, like, literally all of them, all like 150 or whatever of them looked so good. And then I don't know, I think it was just a combination of, like, them not getting the best light in Washington, and then that combined with me not being able to give them the care that they needed, they just freaking tanked. Oh my god. And then the move for sure did not help. But if I'm being totally honest, they looked pretty rough before the move, so I cannot blame the drive for that, unfortunately. Okay, so as we start getting into this next round here, the next kind of, like, subject regarding, like, you know, just getting out of that depression freaking sinkhole that we can get stuck in, or getting caught under that big heavy cloud of rain. Something that I've been, ma'am, it's not about you right now, thank you. Something I've been really working on is self-care, and different, like, ways of self-care, different, like, things, just testing out different things to see if I like them, to see if they make me feel good, because I am a creature of habit. Oh my god. I'm a creature of habit. So you know, when I get stuck in something, I get stuck in something. So I've been trying to like branch out. I've been buying myself flowers like every couple of weeks. Like it's almost time for me to get some new ones. But my family is coming to visit, so I'll get some new ones like right before they get here. But yeah, I've just been like doing these little things for myself. Buying flowers for myself is one of them. It just makes me happy. I love flowers. I love looking at them. I always like told myself and like, you know, my ex that like I don't care about flowers, you know. I maybe was trying to be the cool girl a little bit. I don't care. I don't need flowers. Pfft, what a waste of money. And so then what did I not get for so long? Flowers. But not because of him, because of me. Because I kept saying, I don't want them. I don't need them. That's silly. When really, like, I would see, you know, my mother-in-law get flowers from her sweet, sweet husband, and I would just be like, oh my God, it's so sweet. They're so beautiful. Well, how lovely to have these in your kitchen or wherever. You know what I mean? And, yeah. So I started buying myself flowers, and I really enjoy having that. I also really enjoy just like the process of picking out the flowers. I like to make my own little bouquet. Usually I can end up making 2 out of like the flowers that I get. And I just go to Trader Joe's because it's fairly cheap. I would say it usually comes out to like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. Once I've picked out everything, I usually pick out like 3 to 4 things to put in the bouquet. Flowers or little like fun, I don't know. I guess they're all flowers, just like bigger ones or smaller ones or whatever. But yeah, it's just really fun. I love doing it, and I love flowers. So yeah, that's one little fun little self-care thing. I guess the sticky note little affirmations could also count towards one of those little self-care things. But another thing is just like letting myself relax. I'm real bad at that. I have so much guilt if I'm just like sitting doing nothing on my day off, or just like, I'm sorry, I have so much dog hair on my face right now, but I have so much, or would have, I'm getting better, so much guilt if I'm just like chilling and not doing anything on my day off or after work or something. I'd feel like I need to just keep going. We got shit to do. But I realized, you know what, we have so long, but we also don't have that long, and we don't know how long we're gonna get, and I need to enjoy it. I need to like soak in time with Sixto and Luna. I need to just sit outside and lay outside in the grass because that's what Luna wants to do. She just wants to lay and like sunbathe. So that's what we're gonna do. And I need to like let myself do that and not feel like, okay, let's get going. Come on, Loon. Stop sunbathing. Mommy needs to go try and do 8 different things at once. And first off, that's like so not fair to them. Not fair to them at all. They deserve to be able to just like relax and enjoy the sun with their mom, you know, because that's what they want to do. And yeah, so that's just been lovely. I've been really trying to like, you know, extend our walks as long as my bladder will allow, to just really enjoy this beautiful, beautiful weather that we have. I feel like I've gotten so tan this summer because we are just like constantly going out for WALKs. I know I already said it, and you heard me, but you gotta let me finish. All right, I love you. Can I look it? Can I look it? Don't do me like that. Can I have a kiss from you? What? Can I have a kiss? Okay. Rude. But yeah, so just been, you know, enjoying my time and letting myself relax and not feel guilty about it. It's so funny too, because like my mom knows how, you know, not great I am at letting myself do that, and so whenever she'll like call and I'm like, she's like, what are you doing? And if I'm just like, oh, I'm just like chilling, we're just on the couch just watching a show or whatever, my mom's like, oh my God. Look at you, I'm so proud. So yeah, that's been really nice. Like actually really nice to like, I'll like schedule it into my day, you know, because I'm kind of crazy, but I'd be like, all right, from this time to this time, this is like my chill time. And, you know, also my time to like, you know, maybe be mentally preparing for filming or editing or doing whatever else I want to do for the rest of the day. Which maybe to you doesn't sound like relaxing, but it is relaxing for me and I enjoy it. But I'm also still like, watching a show or a YouTube or, whatever, melting my brain on something while I do that. And I think I mentioned this before, but I do want to reiterate this in case anyone is trying to, oh my gosh, so dramatic. If anyone out there that's watching this is trying to either lose weight or eat healthier or make healthier changes in your life or something like that, which I commend you all for, trying to better yourselves in any way, shape, or form. And if that's the way that you feel you need to do it or want to do it, amazing. But I did want to mention that I do think it's really important that people make small changes and don't try to fully overhaul your diet in a day, in a week, even in a month. Do small little changes, because if you just try to totally overhaul your diet or overhaul your workout schedule or overhaul anything in your life and just fully change it from what you had been doing, it's probably not going to work out in the long run. It's probably not going to be sustainable for you, and you're probably not going to enjoy it. For example, if you were to try to fully change your diet and go to fully whole foods type diet. I'm not talking plant-based or anything, but just a whole foods type diet where you're getting your grass-fed meats and your organic cheeses or whatever, and you're just being very, 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 very healthy and very conscious of everything that you put in your body. And you had prior been, eating a lot of fast food or processed foods, or, just not being, not really caring or paying much attention to what you were eating before, and you totally go to that other end of the spectrum. You're probably not going to enjoy it. You're probably going to think the food is gross, and you're probably not going to last. So one of the biggest things I can suggest for anything like that is just go really slow. Make small changes. On the workout side of things, for example, if you, have been, living a fairly sedentary lifestyle, and you're wanting to make some changes in your life and make some changes in your body and start being more physically active, don't go to the gym and use every single machine and go super hard. You're not going to go back. You're going to freaking be miserable, and you're going to be in so much pain. It's going to be a good pain. It's going to be a soreness from using your muscles and working out, but you're going to be miserable and you're not going to want to go back. So start with a small walk. Start with a 10-15 minute walk around your block. Start with, anything, just something small, and work your way up to it, and just give yourself some time, give yourself some grace, and enjoy it and figure out what you like. Try different things. Don't just try one thing and it sucks and be like, well, exercising's not for me, because there's so many different forms of exercise. I mean, don't even ask me to list them all, because literally impossible. But just try different things. And if you are someone who has already been working out for quite a while and you're in a rut and you're just not really enjoying it anymore, again, try something new. So just have a couple little wrap-up things that I just wanted to mention that I have been doing for myself that, maybe could be helpful to you. If any little thing in this video could be of any help to anybody, that's really all I want, because I know that making changes in your life and getting through a depression or a sad season in your life can be really difficult to peek out the other side. This is me peeking out the other side. Can be really difficult. So if anything can help, any of this can help you guys, I really hope it can. And if you are struggling out there with anything, reach out to somebody. If you're struggling, reach out to somebody. There's someone out there that cares about you. Probably there's a whole group of people that just love you and care about you, and I care about you. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I know that sounds so cheesy and corny, but there totally is. There is. Yeah. But one other thing that I've been doing is trying to read my own self a little bit better. Sorry, Luna's tail is whacking right in the frame here. But just trying to read my body better and recognize the signs when my anxiety is starting to get really high, when I'm starting to just feel that cloud is starting to loom over, and I just feel like I have no energy all of a sudden for anything, even though I'm eating the same, but I just have no energy all of a sudden. I try to recognize that a little bit faster, and I do feel like I've been getting better about this over, years and years of working on this, but I've especially lately been trying to work on this. So one of the things that I notice about myself when I get really, really anxious is I will start to pace around my condo. I'll start to pace around and just, hey, get out of there. What are you doing? Get out of there. Out of the kitchen. Naughty. But I will pace around my condo or my apartment here when I start to feel really anxious. And I realize the reason I do that is because I feel like I should be doing something, but I can't figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing, what I should be doing, but I feel like I should be doing. And that is the time when I most likely need to sit down and just like relax. Or if I feel like I can't physically sit down, I need to be like moving my body and doing something. If I've already gone to the gym that day, which is usually the case, I will be like, okay, well, guess we're going for a WALK. And just getting outside, seeing the dogs so happy obviously brings me joy, but just like getting that fresh air and like letting my brain just kind of like wander in like a good way is really, really freeing. And also, if I recognize that my brain may not wander in the most positive direction, I'll pop a podcast in. I'll pop some fun music in. That's really the thing, music. I love to sing and dance around, and I love to laugh. So I'm gonna find like my funny podcast to put on. Thank God my favorite funny podcast comes out 5 days a week. Thank you, Toni and Ryan. I will link their podcast down below. It's on, I don't know, I listen to it on Spotify. But they just started putting out their Friday episodes, which are like a video episode on YouTube. So I'll link their YouTube channel so that you can check them out. They're hilarious. They're a couple of Australians, and they just like make me giggle. So I love a funny to make me laugh, and I love some great music. So that's what I listen to. If I'm just trying to like get into a really good mental space, like especially like before work or something, if I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to go. I don't want to have to deal with people. I'll just pop on something good that's going to make me laugh or something that's going to get me like pumped up and dancing in the car and singing in the car. And that just makes me turn my day around. Just do things for yourself that make you feel good. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. I've recently also discovered that something that makes me feel good is challenging myself to do things that I want to do, but that I'm scared to do. One of those things is going for like decent sized hikes, nothing crazy yet, but going for good hikes with my dogs, just me and the babes, and just doing it. It would just give me so much anxiety before for some reason, and I would feel like I couldn't go because I didn't have my person, and I realized like you can go. You should go. Because like the dogs want to go, I want to go, and it's so much fun, and I feel so accomplished. So me and the dogs went up a couple weekends ago, and we drove like literally only like 25 minutes or something. It's so nice. I love it here. But we drove up, and we went up to Horsetooth Mountain and did like a nice 6-mile hike, and it was fantastic. It was beautiful out. We didn't see many other people either. It was so nice. And again, you get those happy endorphins going afterwards. So once we were done and we're doing the drive back down the mountain and going home, I'm feeling so great. I feel so energized, even though we just did a 6-mile hike, but it's, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning by the time we got done. So I had the whole day ahead of me still. I was feeling so great, feeling so accomplished, feeling so proud of my dogs for just being fantastic the entire way. We saw like some wildlife when we were up there. It was so lovely. We saw a couple deer. They were very close to us. Like Luna was kind of scared. It was, honestly, it was kind of cute. Because usually she's like, let me at them. But she was like, let's go, Mom. What the hell? They're so big. guys, I didn't turn my microphones back on. I'm such a dork. Well, I was miming to you, but what I was saying is thank you guys so much for not washing, and just take care of yourselves, whatever that means for you, and I'm here for you if you ever need anything. So yeah, love you guys. Thank you for watching.